What's up guys, Brian with Pikes Peak International Raceway here again, back down at the overlook to the Gauntlet. We finished up some various tracks down here. We've still got some work to do. We're gonna clean up some of these areas, make sure that it's well groomed and ready to hit. There's going to take on rain pretty well because we still have a little bit of a monsoon season before we get to the final event. Now we left you with a little bit of drama in last episode and we will get to that soon, but first let's dive into what Peak Adrenaline is, what kind of event we have planned for you guys. Peak Adrenaline is going to be a 3-day festival dedicated to side-by-sides coming up here in July. It'll be July 10th, 11th, and 12th. We'll have load in on the 10th in the afternoon and load out actually on the 13th, so you can get a full day of riding, a full night of partying in before you pack it up and move it on out. And just like the name says, this weekend is going to be dedicated to adrenaline. We're going to have all sorts of parties going on in the infield. We're going to have garage parties. We're going to have night glows around the track. We're going to have live music throughout the day. You'll be able to have Gatorade, alcohol, anything that you please. We'll have a ton of food trucks through there. We're also going to have burnout competitions. We're going to get some smoke going on the asphalt, and that's all going on the inside of the track. We've built this giant facility out here for you to be able to rip your side-by-side flat out. You're going to be able to spend all 3 days down here, maybe 2 out of the 3 days, or even if you want to come down and take in the action, there will be 1-day general admission tickets. Even if you don't have a side-by-side of your own, there's going to be demos. There's going to be all sorts of fun and excitement going on here, so you'll just want to come down and even watch. This is going to be absolutely crazy what we've got going on here. Tickets will be available in the link below, and there's also going to be a link for some free ride days that we're going to have coming up in May. We'll want to have you guys come out and ride the tracks and tell us exactly what you think and just get absolutely hyped for the event, whether you're using those ride days to get your setup dialed in for when you get into the mountains this summer, or just wanting to ride the track and really get your spring started off right. That gets all those particulars out of the way, but let's send it out to Tim. We're going to get him ready for his high-flying stunt. You saw that jump in the first episode, so yeah, let's send it on out there. What's up guys, Brian here with PPIR, and I wanted to give you the rundown of everything that's coming up here at the track to make sure that you guys can get in on all the action. We are running into summer. We just had spring fling. It's hard to imagine that we're running into summer with just how cold it's been, and we just got snow this last weekend. So May the 3rd is going to be that first date that you want to pay attention to. That's going to be our off the street drags. Go ahead and bring that guy that's been talking all that smack to you on Academy, and you can run him here on a closed course and be very safe about it. Now, the second event is going to be our open ride day for the UTVs and side-by-sides. We're going to open up the area that we just cut and get your feedback on what's going to make it the most perfect route for the event. So come on down. Our first 150 tickets are going to be free, and then after that it's going to be $25 for a full weekend of riding. We're leaving it open from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. each day, both the 10th and the 11th of May. So make sure you get in on that. That link is going to be down in the description. The next event that's coming up is going to be Ascend. That's going to be the weekend before 4th of July. Everything low culture. Let's see, if you've got that race car, you've got that drift car, if you just want to come down and hang out with a whole bunch of your closest car friends, those tickets will be on the PPIR website that will be linked below. And then of course our main event is going to be July 10th through 12th. We do have tickets available. Go ahead and click the link in the description, and we can't wait to see you out there. But that's going to be the whole rundown, and just keep it locked on this series as we kind of let you know what that event's going to look like, so you can show up here on the first day and it's going to feel like you've been here before. But that's all we have for you right now. Stay tuned, and we'll probably have a bunch more events that we'll be plugging in these little segments.
Gave this a lot of thought last night, and this is going to be hairy. After giving it some numbers, we're looking at about 4 car lengths of distance from wheels up to wheels down. And now that the trench has been cleaned up a little bit, it looks even farther. So, just want to be prepared mentally. We ran some numbers, and we're looking at like 45 to 50 feet of complete air to air, or ground to air rather, of travel. So I think after looking at velocity, the ramp is, I believe, 5 degrees. The landing is at 7 degrees. I think we're looking at it like, I think the numbers came out to 32.7 miles an hour. I'm gonna go up to at least 35 to make sure. I don't think there's gonna be any bunny hopping. I think the rebounding and all that should be nice and flat and flush just because of Wade's beautiful ramp here. It's gonna send me hopefully nice and flat and straight. There's a little bit of a wind coming from the south here, so I don't think it's really gonna push me anywhere, but not like we have to worry about the curvature of the earth here or something like that, the Coriolis effect or whatever, but it's
but a
something
tailwind.
to consider though, the wind.
Tailwind's gonna help you.
Tailwind, actually, yeah, the tailwind is gonna send me over just a little bit. So.
I think you've also got, what, we measured it 41 feet to the lip.
41 feet to the lip. I think when I put the tape measure down, which was my buffer on wheels touching, I think that was about 45. And even that, I'd like to be well over that because I certainly don't want to go right there. That's not where I want to end up.
Don't want to go short. All right.
I don't want to go short.
Well, good luck.
Visual of how deep this ravine is. I'm a little over 6 foot. We should probably measure this. I don't know how we would measure this, but this has got to be to you at least another 6 foot. So we're probably looking at 12, 15 feet deep. I know that doesn't matter because I'm not going down here, but it's scarier, right? Because if this was a tabletop jump, I would have already done it and there wouldn't be a video about this, but this is a 40-foot jump over a 15-foot ravine. That's a little sketchy. So we're giving this a lot of thought, but we wanted to make this track super exciting. And there's not gonna be too many people that wanna partake in this one, but there's some of you out there that are gonna wanna, for sure. And I can't wait to see you guys. So we contacted our favorite stunt coordinator, AI, to make sure we were running the numbers correctly, because this isn't something you're not just gonna wing. Now to get from there to here, like I said, is about 45, 50 feet. I believe right about here was the 45-foot mark. I feel like that's still not enough room. I'd like to get another, 5 foot right here. So right there, that's about 50 feet. Now, after looking at the numbers, we're looking at almost 37 feet per second of velocity to get from you to me. Now, the hang time doesn't sound like much, but when you're the driver and you're gonna be flying for almost 2 seconds in midair, that's in the back of your mind the whole time.
Feeling, Tim?
Oh, it's going, man. I'm not nervous. I think it's more of excitement, you know, excitement jitters, if you will. But you know, we've run the numbers. We've double-checked the numbers actually, and just an overall feel for what it's going to look like. I'm going to do a couple roll-ups and stop, and just kind of, you know, sense it basically. But the time has come. I'm eager to get it. Maybe a little nervous, but I'm excited. Yeah.
All right, Tim, I'm going to get the cameras going and then we'll give you an action on the track.
Copy that, standing by.
And we're live, action.
Roger that. Sending it for the Gauntlet jump.
Yeah!
Dude, thank you for the jump, man.
Hell yeah, thank you for the jump, brother. Yeah. Where'd I land?
Right there.
No.
Yeah.
His front heel.
Cased it.
That's his back. Right there. That's his back.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's his back.
Yeah. I wasn't looking, but I felt like I was going about 40 on that one.
I actually thought you were, like, you could have actually been going faster myself, but
yeah,
as it turned out.
Yeah.
I think you kind of
your video is still running.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to.
Almost need you a little bit
look at
burn
those side
there or
cameras.
something.
All right, guys, Bryan here with PPIR, and of course, we got some bills to pay, like that one. Now, you heard us mention the Cardo headset in that first episode. That's what I'm holding right here. So just to give you a little rundown on the feature benefits, it does have a pass-through with the noise canceling. So it does cancel out a lot of that wind, but you can still hear what your motor's doing. I can try to run Tim's 6 as we're out there on the Gauntlet and still be having a conversation like we are in the same car. A great product, especially for the power sports folks here. The sound is powered by JBL, so you know that the sound quality is going to be great if you like to pump up the jams while you are out there riding. So they fold out nicely, they fit in the bag very nicely, very compact. And take a look at their website. They do have a lot of options outside of the power sports arena. They will have some microphones that will click onto ski helmets, for example, so you don't have to be screaming pizza at your kids from 100 yards away. You can gently remind them of fundamentals, but take a look. They probably have a solution for your needs. Cardo is going to be a discount code in the description.
Well, we did it. I made it, but just barely. I'm sure if you went back and looked at that footage again, I landed right where I didn't want to, right about that 40-foot mark, which is crazy because the numbers that we ran, AI, thanks a lot, was supposed to be 35 miles an hour. Looking at the footage, I was going 40 when I left this, and that wasn't enough. So I think I'm glad I went 40. Gosh, I almost didn't even go 40, but again, that's that driver's sense that you guys know what I'm talking about. Everybody's got that in the back of their head, and I think that's what I did. I just kind of got on the pedal, but I didn't get on it hard enough. And I think part of the reason why is I didn't want to hit that landing and then try to make that drift turn and you know, get out of whack. There was a little bit of talk about shortening the landing, which is probably a safer bet, but what's the fun in that? After doing the jump now and getting that under my belt, I know I just need to hit it faster so I can now tell everybody else, here's about how fast I hit it, and this is what you need to get carried over it. I think we're going to shave off a little bit of that entry turn to make sure we can get around that corner with enough speed, but I don't think we're going to shorten this jump at all. That's all part of the fun, right? That's part of the excitement and all the adrenaline, right? With the conclusion of this episode, we got a lot going on, we've got a lot completed, and there's so much more to do. We're still looking for more 2 cents from everybody, so we'd love to get some comments going on different names of these turns. We've named a lot of these banks. There's a lot of banks that don't have a name yet. This jump still doesn't have a name. We've been tossing around the idea. Somebody named it "Don't Lift," so that might stick, might not. We're still kicking that one around, but there's a lot of segments to this track that are still under development leading up to the pre-runner day. So make sure you tune in next week. We're gonna do a full run of the Gauntlet. We're gonna have the drone flying. We're gonna get a lot of drone footage, aerial footage, in-dash, just all these different angles because we are completed. I say that lightly because this is gonna be an ongoing thing, but this track is a complete circuit now and you can run the whole thing wide open if you want to. So there's a lot going on, there's a lot done. It's just really awesome. So stay tuned. Got a lot coming up next week and even weeks following that with the stuff that's on the inside track, the asphalt, with the Sidewinder. We haven't even got to the Sidewinder yet. You guys are gonna love that. Talk about a high-speed rally course. That thing is so cool. So obviously guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you're staying up to date. There's a lot to come. And I think I'm going to maybe take another stab at this. Maybe not on camera this time, but hey, if I do it really well, we'll put it on the next episode. What do you think about that? Cool. Hey, we'll see you guys next time.
Rise up, don't turn it back.